Nationalism and imperialism. This is an important topic. Most of you don't pay attention, but it is very important. I will start. The most important serious source of nationalist tension in Europe after 1871 was the area called the Balkans. Balkan region was geographically ethnic, whose inhabitants were known as Slavs. Means it was an nationalist tension in Europe after 1871. That area was Balkans, and it was very geographically ethnic. Means in the region, many different people of different community and different country would live there, and the people who lived there were known as slaves. Okay, Slavs. Okay, and a large part was under control of Ottoman Empire. Now, Ottoman Empire is a huge empire who controlled a large part of Europe, and it also controlled the area of Balkan. The spread of the ideas of national romantic nationalism. Okay, means in this period, romantic nationalism ideas were liberated. So here also uh, ideas of romantic nationalism were spread. After this, Ottoman Empire was trying to strengthen himself through modernization and internal reform, but it was very little success. One by one, its European subject nationalities broke away and declared themselves as independence. Hence, the rebellious nationalities in Balkan thought to win back their long lost independence. Now, what happened? As the romantic nationalism was spread in Balkan areas, each and every part of Balkan area was getting separated and declaring itself as independent nation. Ottoman Empire or the king tried to strengthen himself, but it was not possible. Hence, they were trying to gain the long lost independence. Okay, as the different Slavic nationalists struggled to define their identity of independence, the Balkan area became an era of serious conflict. Here, Slavic nationalities, the nations who were there in slaves, tried to define their identity of independence. So they tried to fight with each other to declare themselves as independence and gain their own territory. By this, all the nations who were combining there had a serious conflict. They became jealous of each other and hoped to gain more territory. This became an intense rivalry. Intense rivalry among the European powers over trade and colonies. Now, here enters the huge powers who were Russia, Germany, England, Austro Hungary, was now keen to countering and hold the power of other areas of Balkans and extending their own territory. Now here, where many countries of slaves are already during a conflict of gaining an territory of each other, here entered four big countries of Russia, Germany, England, and Austro-Hungary. Those are also trying to gain the areas of Balkan area, and this led to World War One. Now, after this, places were colonized after European power in 19th century began to oppose imperial domination. Nation state idea was arrived, and everyone wanted their own nation state, their own identity. This was the whole topic actually. Here we understand. In short, just we'll see that there was a serious tension in the Balkan area as it was geographically very ethnic and inhabitants were known as slaves, and it was under control of Ottoman Empire. By the spread of ideas of romantic nationalism, Ottoman Empire was lost its territory, and and the slaves got the territory, but the nations inside the slaves started opposing each other and started gaining their own territory, which had an intense conflict by which they were jealous of each other and hoped to gain more territory. After this, everyone, big powers came of the world came and were keen to counter each other and gain the power over Balkans. And this led to World War One, and after 19th century, the colonial areas started to oppose imperial domination. Nation states idea had arrived to everyone, and everyone wanted their own nation state. This was the topic. Now we'll learn the keywords. What do we mean by nationalism? It is an ideology and movement that promotes the interest of a particular nation, especially with the aim of gaining and maintain the nation's sovereignty over its homeland. Okay. Imperialism means it refers to the policy of extending the rule and authority of an empire or nation over foreign countries. And as I told you, slaves countries which were there were Romania, Bulgaria, Albania, Greece, Macedonia, Croatia, Slovenia, Serbia, and Montenegro. Okay, thank you. I hope you learned everything in this topic. See you once again.